Why, hello there, everybody! Immediately, huh? Thank you very much for the 6 months, Aqua. I appreciate it. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome to a fine Wednesday evening, or whatever happens to be your time zone. I'm SLdr Cody, and I'm Cody. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. I was just... Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh my goodness, thanks for the love, Stormblood, at the beginning here. Look at that heart getting stuck on the side there. I don't know what was up with that heart, but thanks for the bonk. You don't realize what kind of wizardry I had to pull off to make that work in the just chatting scene. And all the Kadistas. We got all the Kadistas and a love for the week of what Krista's favorite week. Oh my goodness.
I wonder what this button
does. There's the red button. We got our red button. All the chaos at the beginning here. I am now a silhouette. Hello, I'm a mystery.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah, I wonder who that is. There we go. The lighting is back. Welcome on in, everybody. It is fantastic to see everyone. Let me scroll up here. Oh, not too far up, though, because if I scroll up far enough in Firebot, I can see all the test messages that were sent from earlier today when I was trying to get things to work. Omega, congrats on first. Aqua, congrats on second, and thanks for the half a year. Jay, welcome on in. Sangi, welcome on in. Also, congrats on third, Jay. Let me see here. I want to make sure I don't miss any of the check-ins as well. Omega with 86 sessions, maintaining at 100%. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. Hey, look at that. I am caught up just like that, I think. Oh, and Aqua with 85 sessions, 98.8%. My goodness. Well, there we go. Sectoral Captain, consent, and I always say no. That's just a me thing, though. I'll always say no. No. I refuse. I refuse. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, first of all, let me get this Discord minimized. Yes, I know there's an event going on. It's the event that's happening right now. A lot of things have happened since the last stream, including Discord wanting to dig itself a grave. I don't understand why. No. Actually, I do understand why. It's called shareholders. Shareholders make companies do really stupid things sometimes. I can almost guarantee you it was a friggin' shareholder thing. It's like when a hockey team gets renamed, or you see some sort of a company decide to suddenly make a really stupid decision. It's almost always shareholders, except for WestJet. WestJet's just a shitty company. WestJet has constantly been doing these scams. I don't even think it's a shareholder thing. I think it's just they like to scam people. The companies we have up here, I'm telling you, the airline companies up here are something else. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We got some weather talk we're going to be doing. We've got some Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. I am anticipating and sort of hoping that we are making it to the next dungeon, which, if I'm not mistaken, should be followed by the next trial. Or is that level 93 that we get into that stuff? Well, it could be right at the beginning of level 93. There's always a pattern to the expansions. It's always like, oh, first dungeon is 1 level in. And like 3 levels in is usually like dungeon trial. And then, I don't know, like level 95, I think? Or is it level 96? I don't know. That's when the next... Not trial. Dungeon is. And then at level 99, dungeon trial. And then level 100, dungeon trial, I think? Something like that? I don't know. it always undergoes the same pattern. They use the same formula, but it's fine. It's fine. It's just patterns stand out a lot more to me. So when I notice something like that, it's like, oh hey, yeah, I get the formula they're using. Oh, and it's around this update patch that they rotate endgame currency again and irritate people over and over and over. I don't know why they keep doing that. That's really... I just find that bloody annoying. But yeah, they're constantly rotating the endgame currency, except for Poetics. Poetics is there to stay. That's a common endgame currency, so that sticks around with its really stupidly low limit of 2,000, which should be up to 4,000. But anyway. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend and all that. Let me see if there's any changes between these weeks. I don't think there is, actually. Also, I am going to keep my phone sort of close to me because there is a possibility I might get a job-related call today. It's not supposed to make any noise, but it's vibrating, should be pretty loud based on the surface I put it on. Okay. So, updates. Oh, wait. There's one set of updates to go through. The next week's patch notes, there's going to be a lot of update notes because I did a lot of movement around of things. I'm trying to merge all the animation stuff into one preset list that branches off to the different animations. So that's been a bit of a task. An even bigger task was getting the bonk redeem to work on the just chatting scene. Because my fella is zoomed in a lot. And in order to make the size proportions accurate, I have to zoom in the animation too. Problem is, the animation is a 16:9 aspect ratio, so when you zoom it in, when a character is off to the left, it's sort of hard to see them. So I had to do a bit of movement and trickery in order to pull that off. So that was a crystal variation you saw at the beginning there. I had to do this for the sectoral leaders variation. I had to do this for Dimendas, which you only see in 18 plus streams. Which, good news! Saturday stream's gonna be 18 plus, even though I forgot to put the icon on for it. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that icon. Why does February 14th say Outbreak? This schedule is totally wrong. I keep forgetting that this Saturday is Valentine's Day. But, don't let Krista know. Okay, so this Saturday is not Outbreak. I don't know. It even says February 14th on it. The Krista Valentine's Day Special. And because Discord made a change that makes Unix timestamps automatically convert while in editing mode, which is really annoying, by the way, because now when I press end on the key, I can't navigate past it. I have to use the arrow keys. Okay, so that stream is not going to have weather-related elements. That is going to be a Krista stream. Technically, it's a one-off, even though it's a broken series. Krista stream, and also... Where's the 18 plus icon? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't know. Okay, the schedule makes a bit more friggin' sense now. There we go. You know, it even says it on the on the Discord events. I have the Krista Valentine's Day special. It's right there. Clearly, I was either rushing the schedule or I don't know. Who knows? I'm gonna swap us over here, and I'm gonna get some Final Fantasy 14 prepared for us. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to move chat up here. Be nice and easy to see you there. Fantasy 14. I did update the VTuber software stuff. I don't think I'm going to be able to take advantage of any of the changes they made, but that's still nice. Oh, Final Fantasy 14's updating. Great. Compensation for an issue affecting die application on certain gear. Okay, we gotta read this. They screwed up on die again? What did they do this time? We got ads coming up pretty soon here. Don't worry, I don't think Final Fantasy 14 will be loaded up and all that stuff by the time the ads are over anyways. Or at least we'll still be waiting to get logged in. Customers who died the following year between the release of patch 7.4 and the start of emergency maintenance for all worlds on Thursday, December... Oh, wow. It's specific eligible for compensation stuff. Customers who died the following year between the release of 7.4 and the start of emergency maintenance for Worlds on December 18th, 2025. Housemaid's wrist dress. Loyal housemaid wrist dresses. Best of striking, best of aim, blah, 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 blah. Zero order, chapu, curly ass. Curly ass. Sorry, curious. Anyway. Already talking about ass curves. Sounds like a Krista topic. Okay, so it's all specific stuff. And then skirt of light between 7.4 and the release of 7.41. Okay. So they get compensation or something like that. All right. Hey, we got some ads. We got some ads coming in. That's unfortunate, but we're gonna launch Final Fantasy 14 while we wait. Why is this window flashing? There we go. Don't flash me, window. Very inappropriate. I'm gonna press button, and that'll swap us to Final Fantasy 14. Better question, is it going to auto-unmute the audio? Is it going to unmute the audio automatically? No, because apparently that feature just doesn't work anymore. Seriously, Firebot? I tell it to unmute the game audio layer, and it doesn't do it anymore. Events. It's supposed to be events and... Auto move, auto unmute. Yes, that's supposed to be the one. Here, while we're waiting for the ad break to finish. It's supposed to be this one. This one's not doing its job. Auto move, auto unmute. Category changed to Twitch. Category just changed, so this should have run. Okay, cool. Auto move avatar... Well, here's the thing. Final Fantasy 14 is not one of those elements that I've configured to change for that. So, yeah. I'm just summoning my Garuda. My bird lady. Okay, so yeah, games with right elements. Final Fantasy XIV's not on this list that I put in here. Yes, this is complicated as well. And these games also have right elements. I put them in as well. But anyway, none of this is going to run because I don't have Final Fantasy XIV in there. Without right elements, tall. Oh, without right elements, tall. Okay. And then otherwise, characters get moved to wherever. Oh, okay. Wait, what? So, character gets moved to the right regardless when this runs. Okay. That's fine. Anyway, nothing in here is going to have its conditions met. It's going to go all the way down to here, which moves character to the right. Neat. Welcome back from Mads, everybody. We're just going over this function that's not working. Auto unmute categories. Here we go. Okay. So, cool. Outbreak, nukes, Minecraft, Fireworks Mania, Final Fantasy XIV Online is on here. So, that means toggle OBS audio source muted. And we go all the way down here. We go to the game layer. Unmute. Doesn't freaking work. It doesn't do nothing. Here, let's mute this and let's test the effect. So it claims to work from there. Okay, awesome. So why isn't it working at all, huh? Okay, let's mute the game category. Let's back out and let's press this button. It made a meteor go off. No, that was just the bot's random actions. Okay, cool. So apparently the condition's not being met.
I wonder what this button
So we got some sort of idiocy probably with the case, and oh my goodness, I'm a mystery again.
I wonder who that is.
SLdr, welcome on in. It was the silhouette. I became a mystery for a bit. Well, thanks for throwing thunder. Thanks for throwing the thunder, Sagi. It's pretty fun. So, Final Fantasy XIV Online is not being registered properly. Lovely. Oh, here. I have to exit Stream Manager into my own channel in order to see my category because they don't display it properly anymore on Stream Manager. And it's case sensitivity, because Final Fantasy XIV, for some dumb reason when they uploaded it to the games catalog, put online in all caps. Oh, sorry, the entire game is in caps. Whoever keeps uploading these in all caps is driving me nuts. Your game does not need to be in all caps. Okay, so now when I run this, it magically... Okay, it works now. So it's some sort of idiocy behind case sensitivity, because for some stupid reason, some people... some folks, when they put their games up, feel the need to put everything in caps lock. Shut your caps lock off and use proper casing for your game, alright? Just pull the muscle of my legs by stretching. Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah, that's pretty rough. Did my leaderboard reset? I just noticed that the leaderboard is blank. Why is it blank? When did I configure that to reset? That's supposed to reset once a month. Where do we find that again? I think it's under community. No, not that. No, not that. Although I do notice they reorganized that. Oh, my assigned roles. Oh, wait. That's roles assigned to me. The business manager tab. Ah, yes. Hello, I am your accountant for your... That's a role that we were talking about earlier with, like, Twitch added that role, but honestly, that role is non-applicable unless you've got, like, a CCV of over, like, 2,000. You know, making enough income to actually be able to, like, pay staff. Or pay folks to help with your channel. Imagine that. I can't. I also can't imagine the extra stress that folks with channels of that size go through. Anyway, I didn't find what I was looking for. In fact, I sort of forgot what I was looking for. Oh, yeah, leaderboard thing. Where is it? I don't know. It's found somewhere. Who knows where it's found? I couldn't hope to remember. Twitch is always moving stuff around. It's near impossible to remember. Wow. Fantasy Star Online, your drop looks like it was like a variable that you accidentally let go into Twitch's database. NGS underscore test 0106. Okay, yes, that sounds like a variable thing. Anyway, that's also not what I'm looking for. Nah, I give up. I'm not gonna be able to find it. Ridiculous. Oh, stream manager's broken again. Hold on, I gotta refresh. It says what I get for clicking on something different. Was watching wrestling and they did something that they've been doing for too long, and I just said, "Forget, I'm done watching them." Oh my goodness, a cliche, something cheesy, perhaps. Okay, let's bring ourselves back over to here. Now, of course, it's going to say no signal because I don't have the Final Fantasy XIV source on. Is it going to resize correctly? Yes. But only because I disabled the source before Final Fantasy XIV was unloaded. Because, again, OBS, fix your embedded containers. They suck. If Final Fantasy XIV is not running and I keep this source active, this source right here, then the container resizes, which screws up its position. Final Fantasy XIV. I was actually doing something different, so I'm in a different location as a result. Actually, I'm near my personal housing. I'm just going to go in and exit. We could just teleport from here, actually. Wait, did I put the Valentine's Day cake in here? Yes, they're offering a cake. Yes, I did. It's right here. I put a plant inside of it. Secret plant. Okie dokie. We're gonna get New Game Plus mode back in. To bend with the wind. But at least they didn't say to bend over. Anyways. Okay, we're gonna teleport over here. And we're going to fly. Again, you're not going to be able to fly here when you come here for the first time. As per usual, Final Fantasy XIV, you are free to join in as well. If we do have folks who want to join in the party and all that stuff, we can swap over to Halkernasis as well. I'm playing in a different world at present. There's just a lot of benefits with New Game Plus. There's also some drawbacks, as I mentioned earlier. Some drawbacks being particularly dumb. Like not being able to do your Grand Company deliveries. Why is that not available during New Game Plus mode? Alright, Alisei is probably not very happy with the situation because we had somebody basically surrender themselves. Oh, by the way, cheer up, everybody. I hate it as much as you. Maybe even more. Every fiber of my being was crying out to intervene, but what's done is done. Yogetsu's gamble has gifted us the time we need to find a solution. He bade us seek aid at a distant tower, yes? For want of a better idea, I say we do just that, while taking care to avoid the Imperials. Off we go, walking away, doing our ghost vanishing act. The elemental birds, these are Heavensward, X, they're gotten from Heavensward X fights. We usually wait until the content is a few expansions old, and then we go in and unsync it, so it's a little less of a pain in the ass. Because you can unsync and Gamba RNG. You still have to Gamba RNG when synced anyway, so there's no benefits of syncing it. Just unsync it. We seem to have evaded their patrols so far. What is that tower anyway? I've never seen anything like it. According to my map, we're in Onokoro, and the tower is known as Heaven on High, a mysterious structure built long ago by persons unknown. That is the second deep dungeon. So if you make it to roughly around this point, there will be a quest that unlocks that stuff. Heaven on High is not too bad, actually. It doesn't become hellish until floor 40? Now the deep dungeon after it is garbage. Don't do it. It becomes painful to play after floor 20. Oh god, listen to me. I'm starting to sound like Alfred. Next thing you know, I'll be saying things like, as you are doubtless already aware. Over there. Do you see it? Doesn't look like it's been dead long. Whoever did this, they're a good shot. I can't see a single stray arrow. Well, someone's hungry. Wait. That wasn't either of you two, was it? Calm down. We have nothing to do with... Wait, what am I doing? They can't possibly understand us. Probably not. No. Time to run, Lise. We save our strength for any that give chase. You too, Cody. That is not what I wanted. You wanna beat up some bad guys too, Pyro Silch? Let's do it. Oh, they're gone. Just imagine if they'd taken us by surprise. What a fine ending that would have been to our story. Anyway, I think it's safe to assume that the people at the tower know how to defend themselves. You'd have to, sharing an island with these things. Now all we need to do is convince them to help us. Well, good thing you guys didn't go this way. This looks like an A rank. No, never mind. It's a Fate boss. Less exciting than I thought. A regular Fate boss. The A rank looks sort of similar to that, so... yeah. Ooh, there's a settlement here. And they've got their own aetherite. Wait a minute. I've seen this standard before. It was when we met with Tatsui. Which means this place belongs to... oh. It would seem we found a Confederate settlement. Mayhap even their headquarters, judging by the size of this place. So, Gogetsu bade us seek the Confederacy for aid and succor. The self-same Confederacy that refuses to openly oppose the Empire. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. Nothing ventured. Nothing ventured is a counter skill in Bravely Default. At the very least, they're unlikely to ask us for teeth. What brings you hither, of all places? Well, you're not bound for Opod's shores. I see. I trust you have not forgotten our previous conversation on the subject. No? Then if you want it, then what do you want? A second opinion? Very well. Come with me. I'll take you to the captain, Rasho. Just like that? An audience with their leader? How very accommodating. We must needs choose our words carefully. You leave it to me. I've always been good with people. And this will also give me a chance to use the Eastern greeting they showed me in Revenant's Toll. Ice cream S. Let me guess, ice cream sandwich? Surprise. Almost got it. Greetings. You must be Rasho, leader of the Confederacy, and so on. I realize this is all a bit sudden, but the thing is, we have a little favor to ask. Oh, gods. I've probably broken half a dozen rules of Far Eastern etiquette already. Well, I'm sorry about that, but you have to understand that we're in a hurry, so I'm gonna stop talking now. Men who revere manners and tradition can be found the world over, but not here. Your candor is appreciated. Speak your heart. Potato. Ugetsu, a former leader of the rebellion. Aye, I know of him. Why he bade you princess for aid and succor. However, I know not why he did. At the risk of repeating myself, to join the Confederacy is to renounce all other ties. We are beholden to none, allied with none. When Doma was invaded by the Empire 25 years ago, we did not rush to her defense. Knowing this, do you honestly expect us to help you drive the Imperial forces out of Izari? Gallians have long maintained a presence in this region, and we would be fools to break the peace, fragile as it is. Besides, you are capable warriors, yes? With goodwill and preparation, you can surely resolve this matter yourselves. Look, we need some help disabling the cheat codes that some other elites are using, alright? It is imperative that our presence here remains secret for as long as possible. For us to openly engage the Imperials at this time would endanger everything we would have come here to achieve. You have told us why you cannot fight, not why we should fight in your stead. If you wouldn't speak to me of lives saved, I would speak to you of slaughter. How many will die when all pretense is lost and the Garleans declare war on the Confederacy? Hate is a luxury we cannot afford. You are free to come and go as you please, but you will receive no further aid. Thank you for your hospitality. If you'd excuse us. Stare. Stare. Oh yes, I would like to introduce you to my chocobo. You see, my chocobo is maxed out, all skills unlocked. Yes. And I need to get more of his favorite food. Not the stare. The look. Elise, would you like the stare? Hey, Cody. I know that didn't go well, but I'm not prepared to give up on them yet. Ugetsu told us to come here for a reason. He must have believed we could convince him to help us. We have to work out how. My thoughts exactly. I'm glad we're of the same mind. Yeah, don't tell me to do mindless tasks to do this. 'Tis little wonder they refused. We have not to persuade them. The real work begins now. Fetch 20 Boras. Alright. Gonna lurk, hope you have fun. Dark Dragon Warrior, welcome on and have a lovely lurk. 17 sessions. Here's to many more. We need to learn more about the Confederacy, what their needs and weaknesses are. Once we know that, we'll know how to earn their trust. Gather information. Ah, yes. We haven't done this 50 times before. Hey, look, an arms crate. The arms and armor have been piled up haphazardly. They display no signs of recent use or maintenance. Right beside the mender. But watch, the mender will gladly repair our stuff right away. See? By the way, this is when you would attune with the other right. Because you're right beside here anyway, so why the heck not? Taking an interest in the ship. Good eye. She's not much to look at now, but once upon a time, she was a beauty. Confederacy favors flotillas and smaller ships to capture, and boat-errant vessels. The larger ones, like this Sakiboon, only take part in major engagements. Not that we've had any of those recently, with those Imperial bastards throwing their weight around. If it wasn't for them, well, no use in moaning about what you can't change, eh? We will become an Imperial nuisance one day. The heck were they doing? I think they just entered a duty. Stacked crate. A number of crates and barrels have been stored here. On closer inspection, however, most are empty. They don't have very many good arms. That's one thing we can mention. Had a good look around. Now we just need to wait for lease. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I wanted to talk to as many people as I could. It's just as Tensei said. They have no intention of standing up to Yotuzu. I don't know if you two got a different impression. I mean, she looks like trouble, and she also looks like she might have, like, I don't know, bullshit up her sleeve. Under the right circumstances, they might help us. I don't imitate, though. Nice. I agree. It's obvious they're struggling to survive, and that they blame the Imperials for their recent troubles. Even if we do nothing, it's inevitable that they will come into conflict with the Empire, sooner or later, and deep down, they all know it. The only thing holding them back at the moment is the belief that they lack the strength to survive the coming war. So we need to prove to them that we're not all talk, that we can be valuable allies in the fight. And what better way to demonstrate our worth than by seeking out people with mundane problems and offering them our expert assistance? Wow, yeah. Oh, that sounds so exciting. Oh, hooray. Common RPG trope that I'm not a big fan of. This wouldn't be the first time we've had to earn somebody's trust by helping them out with this and that. And you know it won't be the last. I'll look around the western end of Onokoro. You two take the east. Good luck. Good luck enduring this path that we have to do several times every expansion. Oh, by the way, we've learned the emote Eastern Bow. But we've already learned the emote. They just give you the dialogue again, even though New Game Plus says you don't get this again. Oh yeah, here's a drawback of New Game Plus. I can't take on all these at the same time. For some dumb reason. You strike me as a strong and capable individual. I have a job for you. Westerner, if you're courageous as well. On the beach, far to the west, lies the carcass of a Gyuki, feathered with arrows. If you did, I would have you go and retrieve those of which may still be of use. While you're about it, I should be glad to know if you were to butcher its tail for meat. Very good meat in those Gyuki tails, you know? But I did say you would need to be a courageous sort, and I meant it. The beast was young. Do not be surprised if an angry mother mourns his child. See, now we magically can't take the other ones, because I don't know why. Yeah, it's a really dumb side effect of New Game Plus. I don't understand it. Thank goodness I have flying, because this would be really obnoxious to get to otherwise. Oh yeah? Oh yeah! Inferno. Wow, this action takes a decade. They should update that animation. Because there is an animation. There's been a few Monster Hunter collabs in this game. A couple, I should say. They actually recently added a new one. Not that I'm very excited to do it, because I don't like how they adapted the Monster Hunter system in the Final Fantasy XIV. But maybe that's just because I heavily disliked the X version of the previous fight. You've been away for some time, perhaps in search of a young Gyuki corpse. I see I did not misjudge you. Thank you for your help. What that I could have tended to my own kill, but such is life. A pity the meat is not as delicious as it is nutritious. Under normal circumstances, we would not bother hunting Gyuki as game. But as you may have heard, these are not normal circumstances. Arrows too must be reused when possible. A prudent measure becomes unnecessary, alas. But with every passed day, our future grows more uncertain. But this day we shall have full bellies, and in that we must take solace. And wayward travelers need not risk the ire of a vengeful Gyuki by wandering near my neglected kill. A strange sigh passes your lips. Have I said something odd? No matter. Thank you again for your aid. You bet. You. Have you seen a bumbling Claude Vanura? A new recruit I ordered to patrol the northern edge of Onokoro. He is late on returning. A strange boy he was, quiet and brooding, reluctant to speak unless spoken to first. Better that than a fool who never holds his tongue, perhaps. Much as I enjoy dragging him back by the ear, I cannot. Duty compels me to remain. You, on the other hand, have no such obligations. Ah, yes, fake sparkles. I love the fake sparkles trope. That's sarcasm. What do you mean, the jellyfish don't match the description we're looking for? He's not a jellyfish? You cast about the Confederate recruit. At last you spy a young hairy man lurking behind the rocks to the west. To the west? Who are you? You do not look like a man of the Confederacy. Forgive me. 'Twas but yesterday we bid farewell to one of our own, and I worried she might have lost her way. We laid her to rest in a boat and pushed her out till the Kirk claimed it. For the sea is our home, now and ever after. But those sent thither with burdened hearts may drift back to shore, it is said. Out of concern for her comrade, she strove to earn far more than her keep. She hunted rare and deadly game in treacherous waters and lost her life for it. Her my vigil has ended, and her vessel has not returned to Onokoro. She has made peace with this life and placed her faith in us to live on. All right, so you're heading back now. Okay, awesome. So, what of my recruit? Did you find him napping on the beach or some such? What? All this time you stand and watch for the funerary vessel? Huh. Rarely does he give voice to his thoughts. I had no idea comrade's death had affected him so. Too quick I was to judge him. It is good that you went in my stead, else I would have misspoken and made a fool of myself. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Please accept this, not available in New Game Plus, as a token of my gratitude. Take me. What kind of pirate cannot suffer the sway of the ocean? A new recruit from far-flung shores. Listen well, I have a task for you. Go first to Okumo below, and receive of him medicine for men of the earth. Then to Quisque Pure and the hapless Doman bemoaning his wretched fate. Quickly. Okie dokie. Oh, hold on. Hello, are you bemoaned? Come on behalf of Afumi for medicine. My very best is yours for the taking. How pitiful this lord of this Doman, unable to stomach the sea. A true Confederate could ride a dozen ships while in his cups. Mayhap this one should return to whence he came. Why does it shift and shudder still? Medicines, give them here. This may look down on me for resorting to such measures. but I would do all to render the world stable motionless once more. Technica with the 3 streak. Enjoy the extra silver pieces that come with the 3 streak. Also, welcome on in. You were kind, as is Afumi. You may tell her that I will return to my duties as soon as I am able. Whee! Back up to the sky we go. Okay, we're done doing these favors. In 1-by-1 order instead of my favorite way to do it, accepting all the quests and finishing them all. The Doman was raised in the mountains of his homeland. First time he saw the sea after he fled his homeland and came to us. He tosses and turns in his sleep, and when he takes to the water, it is not long before he can no longer stand. But he will grow accustomed to this life. He is hardly the first after all. The captain, too, was once of Doma. Though he cast aside his 25 years ago, when the Imperials took the lands and the lives of his parents and brothers. Perhaps you, too, will renounce your ties and join us someday. I mistook you for a recruit before, but I know your tale now. As we unfolded it all. Yeah, it's weird. It makes you take one at a time. Only in New Game Plus. If you do this for the first time, you can take on all of the quests at the same time. I don't understand why they do this with New Game Plus. So in a way, if you were to speedrun the story as fast as you can, don't do it in New Game Plus. But also do it in New Game Plus because you have flying and mount speed up ×2. I think you'd still save more time than you lose. Although in Stormblood, that would be by a narrower margin, considering how often things split into 3. Yeah, it makes no sense. I don't know. For some reason, New Game Plus seems to have like a maximum quest thing that's much lower. Oh, some good old hydrate. Everybody, if you haven't hydrated recently, now's a great time to do that. Think on my offer, Westerner. You may find small joys in the land, but the sea holds salvation. Kind as your offer is, I prefer the air. Personally, I prefer the air. Anyways. I actually do find my element to be air. I like planes. Oh, then again, I like trains, and that's not air. You've been busy, haven't you? And now you're here to ask if I need help with anything. Now that you mention it. Lately, we've had trouble with ravenous sharks that have been leaping out of the water and making off with our fish. Damnedest things, I know. But you wouldn't doubt it if you saw it. Oh, I've seen a flying shark. I think that's what you're talking about. Water for me, love the ocean and swimming. My sister loves the heck out of swimming too. I think her element is water too. The sector leader's element is all primary and secondary elements at the same time. But I think that choice was chosen for him. We've got to cull the thieving bastards regularly. So happens I sent 3 of my mates out there before you came along. Still, the more the merrier. If you could kill 2 or so, that ought to be enough. Take a few of those rotten fish as bait. I'll not be needing them. Oh, and maybe see if you can find the other group. They've been away longer than I'd like. Sun-ripened chum. Back into the air we go. Back to the ground we go. That cannot smell good. No, I don't think it smells good at all. Wait. Smack! Apparently that is not a flying shark. Apparently that is an aggressive shark instead. Where did they place this other one? Oh, over here. Right, that takes care of that. There's no level sync for this particular part, so we can just level 100 them and take them out. Sea serpent. Sea serpent. Oh, and then we got somebody else. Sharp shell of the red, huh? Goodbye, sharp shell of the red. Oh, Kami be praised. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. My partners and I got separated when we fled. You haven't seen them, have you? Before the Kojin started chasing us, their leader asked us if we were domin. They got to Thu's catches. I know it. First Ezra, and now this. I gotta tell Rosh and the others. Back over here we go. There, that prevents me from having to shake the camera. Because I'm being silly right now. Oh. Ah, there you are, Cody. I heard you went shark hunting. We too did our fair share of beast culling, though I think Lise made a stronger impression when she bested a drunken pirate in a sparring match. Fastest knockout to date, I'm told. I should think that we have proven ourselves to be rather... Why do I get the feeling you have something important to tell me? Kojin mercenaries rounding up Domin confederacies. Surely Yotsuzu has crossed the line now. We must go and speak with Rasho immediately. Even he cannot deny that this changes everything. At least, I should like to think that he cannot. Whee!
Our most compassionate acquaintances return.
It's
For your
voiced.
deeds, we owe you many thanks. But something tells me our thanks are not sufficient. The strange thing is, I was certain you understood our position. And yet here you are with that same look in your eyes, and those same words upon your lips, I'll wager.
I speak only the truth. The Confederacy will not be spared Yotsu's wrath. You have always known this, that one day you would have no choice but to stand up to the Empire. I say to you that day is today, and come once more to ask that you join us in the fight.
How convenient that recent events should lend such credence to your claims. Tell me, do death and destruction always follow in your wake?
They had no part in it, Tansui. You know this. We all know this. They came and took our Doman brothers. They will torture them for her sport. Murder them for her satisfaction. So we attack and get butchered for our trouble, or do naught and let them have their pound of flesh. If this be our choice, I say we suffer the ignominy. We endure. We survive. There is no better path. Until the day our enemy is grown weaker and we stronger, there can be no retribution. We will wait for a sign. Such is the judgment of the Confederacy.
Okay, so do nothing.
So that's it then. You're just going to abandon them to her. They'd die for you, you know, for the Confederacy. They would die for you, but you wouldn't even think to risk your lives for theirs.
I have one last idea, if you will allow. I'm afraid it's not very good as ideas go. It's exceedingly reckless, in fact, and you may well come to despise me for ever having suggested it. Assuming we survive, that is. The question being, do you trust me?
Ask me again later.
We can't stand by and let innocent people suffer, here or anywhere else. I'll do whatever it takes.
That was a potato mochi.
Then let us roll the dice.
Got our lurker friendly
If it's a sign
redeem.
you want, we shall give you one. One rousing enough to make you drive every Garlean out of Isari without a second thought. You are wary of invoking the ire of the Imperial forces stationed in Dome, correct? Know then that once we have rescued our comrade and freed Isari, we mean to liberate the nation as a whole. You will doubtless require assurances that we are capable of achieving this, and that is only fair. Accordingly, we shall demonstrate our seriousness by depriving the Garleans of a key ally, the Kojin.
What, the three of you, just like that?
Actually, my esteemed colleague here will attend to it on his own. But the how of it is not your concern, only the outcome. If we succeed, you help us liberate Isari. If we fail, you lose nothing. A simple enough wager, if you have the stones for it.
The little miss does make it hard to refuse, does she not?
Indeed.
Words are air. We will weigh you by your deeds.
Now, angering the Kojin is probably going to result in... Let's see. They're a tribal-like organization, so they might resort to something. There is very much a possibility. Oh. Alone you will deal with the Kojin. If you are set upon this course, I shall give you a word of advice. Two factions had the Kojin. The mercenaries who serve the Empire belong to the Red. Those who belong to the Blue are the traitors. They have made no pact with the Imperials, and so may be willing to aid your cause. Seek out the Blue on the Isle of Beko. You will find a cave. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Captain. We shall endeavor not to keep you waiting over long for your sign. Right then. Let us head for... Wait, where is Lise? We cannot leave without her. Search for Lise. The title right above it says Under the Sea. Just make sure that's not in the description. Search for Lise Under the Sea. She is in the water. No, she is beside the water. We're good. Cody, what is it? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to wander off. I just wanted to have a think. You're worried we won't be able to live up to our promises. No, it's not that at all. If anything, I'm frustrated that I didn't think of it first. Ida and my father had a way with words. They knew to inspire people how to bring them together. I always hoped that I might have something in that in me too. But I'm sorry to think I don't. What am I even doing here? You're developing that well. That's what you're doing. Lise, you... God, listen to me. I don't know where that came from. Forget I said anything. We have places to go, Imperials to fight, and friends to save. And we're not gonna get any of it done by standing around here moaning, right? I'm trying to finish this cutscene before the ads come and interrupt everybody. Ads are very rude. Right? Before we first traveled to Girabania, I was in Limsa Lominsa, visiting a friend. A young child who'd been through a great deal. That's neither here nor there, I suppose. Anyway, on the way back, I passed a patisserie, which sold some of the most exquisite-looking tarts I'd ever seen. I always preferred cookies, to be honest, but nevertheless, I decided to stop and try one. I'll treat you to one when this is all over. Cody too, and I won't take a no for an answer. Boogie! What about Y'shtola? We'd never hear the end of it. Alright, Y'shtola too. Once she's better. Deal? Good. Then let's hurry, shall we? We have a million things to do before then. Okay, I think that wraps up the cutscene. If there's a voice cutscene, okay, good, there isn't. Alright, so we gotta go to the Isle of Becco, but ads have started. So once we're there, we'll just chill there until the ads are over. Looks like it is raining at the SCS main base right now. And for those of you not subject to ads, you get to see a flying alligator. Look at that. Oh, hold on. Flying alligator needs to increase elevation for a moment there. This isn't a walk-in cutscene, is it? No, it isn't. Why isn't it in an approximate area? Just put the marker where they are. They're right there. Oh, somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere right there. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's... what the heck can I review over while we wait here? We got like a minute and 30 seconds for the ads right now. Oh, maybe some of the ridiculousness I changed in Firebot? So, I created a new function today that deals with stream animations. Some of them. I haven't migrated all of them over. I don't think I have all of the arguments being utilized yet. I think Layer is actually unused for now. I'm not even sure if I'm ultimately going to be using it, but it's there just in case. because arguments are very difficult to reposition. I have to go in and configure everything linked to this if I have to change some. Anyway, so first it starts with the switch statement, which reads off of name. Name is required. And then I've got all the animations, or at least the arguments I'm using for them. So, Krista Hug is pretty simple. I just copied and pasted the Krista Hug effect into here. You know, scene that supports redeem. You know, Krista Hug can be redeemed in all these scenes. And then it executes all this. This I had to change because I moved it into a preset. It used to be right in the channel rewards. So I can't use current reward. I can't use current redemption. Because once I send it into the preset, it's no longer running off of the channel redeem. So what I have to do is I have to take the reward ID argument and the redemption ID argument and pass them into this presets argument. I have to communicate to it, this is this, this is this. And I refer to them like this at this point, because this is what I called the argument IDs. Because this one's ridiculous. If you want to pull a reward redemption ID, it's actually reward redemption ID. So I decided to keep it short and simple. So for all of these, I go custom and I say refer to what was communicated. Anyway, I'm going to hit cancel because I didn't change any of that. And this goes for anything that involves automatically accepting or automatically rejecting a channel reward. So everything else about Krista Hug is pretty much the same. The avatar move, which moves my character out of the way. There's an S rank in Favnir, apparently. That was my Hunt Link shell going off. Well, I don't own it. I joined it so that we could track down S ranks when applicable. Play sound, custom variable, sound clip. Every time there's a play sound, I put a sound clip statistic counter. Krista Hug statistic right here. It's all mathematical. It just adds 1 to that. Bit of a delay. And then at the very bottom, once the animation is done, once Krista is done squishing everybody in a hug, well, first of all, this will fade her out. This will toggle her visibility. And then avatar move recall brings the avatar back to the previous main position. Yeah, you ran too far away from the enemy. Now you can beat it up. Oh, they're not part of any free company. They're just chilling together. Cool. It doesn't even say traveler or anything, so they're on the home world too. Anyway, so yeah, this one's fairly simple. Sort of. I say simple, but then there's OBS scene name, OBS scene name. Any condition, I changed it to any because it's if any of these are met, then it's a valid scene. Otherwise, I pass the same arguments in here, but the action is reject instead. Because if this is running, that means we're on a scene that the Krista Hammer animation doesn't work on. So, it's an auto refund. And a notification sent to chat saying this has been refunded. It's not a supported scene or character. That's Krista Hug. Hammer, I had to change a lot of things with Hammer. Let's just say every single thing that invokes the animation, I had to put something at the beginning. So if I go into otherwise here, I had to put a position adjustment at the beginning of everything. And I had to make it specific for the chat-in scene. To get it to work on the chat-in scene, I had to make this I had to make this work with the animation at the same time. So this, I have don't wait for effects to finish, and then I have all this running. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. By the way, this is for the chat-in screen. Look at how simple this one is. That's it. It just sets the position of the animation. Just chat-in is a little more complicated because I have to manipulate my character and I have to manipulate the animation itself because there's an aspect ratio mismatch because everything is more zoomed in for the just chat-in scene. So I have to mess around with a lot to get it to work. And otherwise, it's also pretty simple, too. These two are pretty much the same, except this one. So, if you ever want to flip an animation layer or mirror it, what you do is you set the X scale to -1. That flips it. Also, you might need to do some positional adjustments just because everything's mirrored now. Anyway, I'm going to hit cancel on that too because I haven't changed anything. And then the rest of this is still the same hammer animation from before. Including right here when the channel point redemption gets approved. Again, I had to change all of these because this is running outside of the channel reward. Well, it's running within, but it's running within a preset. And I can't point to a channel reward ID inside of a preset. Yeah. Don't mind that. By the way, even with all these efforts, if the Easter egg ever plays on the just chatting screen, it'll bug out. I don't have the time to put into created separate animation, separate timings for the Easter eggs. Nor do I have a way of determining whether the Easter eggs are rolling until a certain point. So the way I designed the whole redeem makes it difficult to do that. One of these days, I'll have to redesign it from the ground up to fix it. And yeah, same thing with things like Krista, except when Krista's active, it's going to be the sectoral leader. There's your position adjustment that I added at the beginning. I had to add it into here. I can't have it running up here because that creates problems. Let's just say just chatting. You can't run all three of these at the same time. It's going to cause bugs because all three of these lists refer to a certain source. So they're fighting each other. This one's pretty easy too. And actually, I had to migrate some of the effects of this. Because some of the effects are actually, like, the action of. We haven't had to worry about that particular animation in a while because we haven't gotten a stinky bot trying to post spam in quite some time, which is pretty nice, actually. But that entertaining animation is there for the inevitable time that they once again flood in. I have a feeling maybe Twitch employed another tool on their belt to quickly crack down on these bots, or they've just given up on trying to post crap in this channel because they get immediately nuked. I don't know. But yeah, so quite a bit more complicated. Look, the tiny redeem's even been moved over here. And the tiny one has been placed into a media queue. Like it originally was. Actually, wasn't the Krista one also? No, the red button one was also in the media, right? Except it was not in the media until... It's somewhere in here. I just don't know. I just don't remember when. But yeah, same thing. Reward ID and redeem ID are used pretty frequently. They're not used with the hammer band animation because that is not a channel redeem. But for hammer, red button, Krista hug, tiny, and eyes up here, those are all channel redeems. Did I change the one with the eyes up here actually? Did I? Yes, I did. Well, you look at that. Wait, what about not tall? Yep. Okay. So I've gone through these pretty thoroughly then. And down here is just if an invalid animation plays. Or if an animation is not specified. Or if I try to run this from here, if I press this little button up here, it'll say invalid animation. Because it's going into this with no argument. Obviously, because it's not tied to an actual channel redeem, this will fail because there's no ID specified. It all gets passed in. Bonk, for instance. It all gets passed in through a preset. Run effect list stream animation. All those arguments I put in earlier, I passed them in right here. Specify which animation. Specify which ID. Which, by the way, it's reward ID. The redeem ID is reward redemption ID. These are built-in Firebot variables. And this one actually specifies a location. Which, honestly, I could make this not necessary. But I pass in character location, which right now is going to be set to 0 or blank because my character is currently in the default position. Which, with a lot of the behaviors I have in Firebot here, assumes that it is to the right. My character is to the right by default. And yeah, that's pretty much what that one does. So yeah, there we go. Let's go back over here. Of course, that explanation took way more than the time for the ads, but now that we know the ads are over and out of the way, let's get our Final Fantasy XIV continuing. I think this is the Isle of Becco, though, to be honest, it looks the same to me. As however many other islands around here. Rasha said there was a cave that would lead us to their village. We should search further inland. Then let's search further inland. Ah, here we go. By the way, if you want back up, you can just take this. Whee! Hey, look, the unsafe way down. Anyway, fall damage can't KO you in this game. See? We're not too worried about it. Oh, this is a walk-in cutscene.
Is that light I see up ahead?
Now, fall damage does not kill you so long as you are not in combat. If you are in combat, fall damage can kill you. So make sure you're not in combat if you're about to take a big jump. Falling a big distance doesn't lead to sequence breaks, so Yeah, it's not like Xenoblade Chronicles. Don't take too much fall damage there. That will KO you.
We
And only you, not your followers.
appear to be standing inside a giant bubble. By the 12. I think we're on the seabed.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Well, well.
Yo.
I thought I heard
Hey.
familiar voices.
Oh, man.
Soroban, what are you doing here?
Connect 2 and
What
2
a
lease.
curious question. I live here.
Then this is the home of the Blue Kojin.
Le Bleu. A walking through, man.
So,
Yes.
I bid you welcome to Tamamizu.
And they got a pretty freaking cool place. I hear the mount music play. Cutscene takes me off. Wait, why did the cutscene take me off my mount anyways? How fortunate that we should find a familiar face in this place. We should tell Sorban about our situation. If anyone here can help us, it's him. Ah, yes. By the way, this is an aetheryte over here. It looks pretty, it looks pretty cool. Let's just break our legs and, yeah, you'd go over here and you'd attune to it. I could set this as my home points, really. I keep forgetting about home points. This is the friendly Kojin tribe. The blue team. Classic blue team versus red team. Oh, that's some good water. So, tell me, my friends, what strange tides bear you to our home? That is indeed the most dire predicament, but perhaps an opportunity for us to craft yet another profitable arrangement. Very well, I shall introduce you to our leader, Bunchin. It will be up to you, however, to present your case. Gotta get those profitable deals in. No collision. Anyways.
Welcome, guests. Gratitude to you for aiding Soroban in his negotiations.
Negotiations, huh?
We thank you for your hospitality, honored elder. Pray forgive me my brevity, but I wish to discuss an urgent matter.
We discuss. We explain.
So, you seek to compel our red brothers to forego hostilities for a time.
That's right. We know your two clans have your differences, but what with you being brothers and all, we thought you might be able to share some secret knowledge or something?
Lise is not very good at effective
From
speaking.
far above, you have journeyed here in search of our wisdom. You shall have it. All creation is a tapestry, through which the divine is interwoven. Kami are legion, and they can be found in the great and the small. Though they come and go as they please, they favor certain vessels. The ancient, the precious, the exquisite.
Ancient.
We Kojin covet these vessels, these treasures. We go forth and bring them home to keep them safe and bask in their divinity.
Sectoral leader's
They bring
ancient.
prosperity and joy to us and our children. Yet, how are we to seek these treasures above if we made enemies of the Garlean Empire, powerful and far-reaching as they are? Wiser to join with them. So resolved the Red Kojin.
Cautiously and carefully, for the Garleans are blind to the divine, nor will they suffer their subjects to see. So the Red masquerade as mercenaries who seek money and power, and never speak of their faith in the presence of their masters. To honor the divine, they deny it. A twisted and misguided path.
Twisted beyond
Aye,
reckoning, you may
aye.
say.
Kami will not abide such foolishness. This they shall learn to their sorrow. While our red brothers live by the sword, we blue Kojin uphold the old ways, engaging in trade and valuing peace. Alas, men distinguish not between our clans, and judgment for the doings of the red falls unjustly upon the blue. Thus do men grow more and more reluctant to deal with us, denying us our treasures. This cannot continue.
Oh,
On that point,
unsustainable.
we are in agreement. You are willing to aid our cause, then?
There is a way that the red may be driven to retreat into their shells. But to share with you this knowledge is to reveal secrets of the divine. Assurances must first be had, trust forged, a bargain struck.
Trust forged. Okay, fetch
Well said,
30
Elder.
fish
In
ass.
great crises is great profit to be had.
Meow!
Munchies,
Light
welcome
not
on
too
in. I
much
hope you're
in
having a
such things
lovely
as
time
sorrow
zone.
one. Now, tell our guests what must be done.
I swear to God, if this
As
quest
you
splits
wish.
into multiple quests again.
Well, I've no idea what we've gotten ourselves into, but so far so good, right?
Yes, but at least you really do need to work on your effective speaking. Stop, Sorrelben. I hope you're having a lovely time zone so far, Munchies. Things have been pretty decent over here. Time is flowing really fast. Like, my goodness. We're already most of the way through the stream. I know it's only like they're 3-hour streams during the weekday, but yeesh. Listen well, my friends. We require your assistance with the search for a priceless treasure. Yasakani no Magatama. This jewel is the most sacred of Kojin relics. I don't know why I'm adding an R into that. Was in the possession of Hingashi until they decided to present it to the Garleans in a gesture of conciliation. The Red would not abide to this, and so they plotted to seize the vessel, bearing it to their imperial masters. Alas, though they succeeded in ensuring chaos, so that Magatama was lost to the sea. being corrected, and apparently I did play 14 and under 11. Oh, A Realm Reborn. Yes. Yes, indeed. A Realm Reborn, indeed. It has changed massively since a while back. I didn't get to play pre-A Realm Reborn, but from what a lot of people are telling me, it was very clunky and, yeah. It would have been nice to catch it just before they shut it down to put A Realm Reborn out, though, because you get a permanent subscription discount for being Legacy. And there's a marking that Legacy players can have, too. Calamity Survivors. But that battle system is super clunky. A Realm Reborn was pretty rough around the edges looking back at it, but I mean, it was a significant upgrade compared to what it was before. And now here we are at the 5th expansion? Heaven Sword, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, Dawn Trial. Yep, 5th expansion. Not nearly as exciting as the 4th expansion, but still. They could build up from there. We wish to recover the sacred jewel before our brothers. However, were we to come into conflict with them, it would be problematic. Therefore, we turn to you. So you want us to search the ocean floor for this treasure of yours? I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that without, you know... drowning. Fear not. There is a ritual I can perform to imbue your bodies with a powerful blessing. But first, you must prepare offerings for the sea. Require twisted ruby coral, several fish-sized sea snail shells, and a freshly harvested Unkiu carapace. That's quite the shopping list. And I will see to the shells, and Lise can look for the coral. Cody, would you go find Anuka and relieve it of its carapace? So... prior to this, you cannot be underwater. You have to make it to this part in the story in order to participate in any underwater stuff. So, you know, you just take, like, this way out. I'm gonna fly out. Although it might be slightly faster to use the fountain thing. Ah, yes, a critical Earthrend Fury. Alrighty. She'll be lurking while AFK. Alright, Jay, I appreciate the lurk. Good luck on the tasks that you must get done. Or that you shall be getting done. What? Wait, was that an RNG one? Is that an RNG one where the key item is not a guaranteed drop? That is so dumb. Yeah, that's faster. There we go. That is RNG. That is bullshit. They don't do that very often anymore. RNG chance of getting the key item. Or maybe it's a set amount of times before they give you the item. I don't know. Well, have you the NQ carapace? Yes. How splendid they are. The cabbie shall be most pleased, I'm sure. I got it. The ruby coral you wanted. And I the sea snail shells. They're about the size of my fist, though I realize now you may have met yours. These shall be more than to suffice for our purpose. Next, we must make ready to present them to the sea and perform the ritual. Once it has been completed, you'll be able to move freely through the depths and find the Yasakani no Magatama. Out of curiosity, how large is this sacred jewel of yours? Unless it's far too large to be carried by the three of us, how are we supposed to even find it? The Ruby Sea is not exactly small. Ha ha ha. Surely you realize we've been searching this whole time. The area we wish for you to explore is but a small fraction of the Ruby Sea. Already we have scoured most of the seabed near and within our territory, to no avail. All that remains is the region to the west. The shellless, Sato, can provide you with better guidance than we. You would do well to visit them first. Shellless? You mean the Kojin aren't the only ones living under the sea? Of course not. The rain have been here as long as I can remember. Yosai, the overseer, I believe, can tell you more when you arrive. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. We have yet to carry out the ritual. Exciting times. This is the quest that unlocks underwater swimming. Or your ability to be underwater. Are you ready, my friends, to explore a world unlike you have ever known? Then let us go to the western part of the village, where the waters twist and turns, and there complete our preparations for the ritual. Here we go. Right by the water gate. You don't want to go back there. He dove into the water a moment ago and said to wait here until he'd returned.
It is done. Your offerings have been given to the sea. The ritual can begin at last. Come and stand before me, my friends.
All right. Here we go.
Yes, yes. Listen to my words, and let all else wash away. Listen to my words, and feel them flow into your heart. At first a trickle, then a flood. O Kami of the fathomless waters of the fallen, the ascended, the flowing, and the becalmed, caretakers of the shallows and of the depths. Receive of us our meager offerings, cleanse these ones of earth and stone, and grant them your blessing, that they might drink deep of the divine. The ritual is complete, my friends. You may now breathe in the depths as you would upon land.
Strange. I don't feel any different. Are you sure it worked?
Reasonably. The blessing does have its limits, of course. While it will allow you to dwell in the depths, it will not help you traverse them.
I can swim well enough. How about you, Alize?
Oh, like a fish, in contrast to my doggy-paddling brother. Somehow, the boy just isn't very buoyant.
Heh.
Skilled or no, your bodies are ill-suited to the sea. Your cause demands alacrity, and you shall have it. But first, let us take to the water.
Swimming lessons, underwater edition. Eager. My VTuber is reacted to the water.
Incredible. I could swear I was breathing air.
I think it worked.
Now I shall summon for you noble steeds of great strength.
Wow, look at them! I bet they could take us all the way to the deepest depths of the sea.
And so they may. After we've won over the Confederacy, rescued Kosetsu, and liberated your respective homelands.
Should you become parted from your steeds, return to me, and I shall call them again. Take care, my friends, and may the Kami speed you on your way.
Our friends.
We'll find that treasure in no time. Come on!
Okay, Lise, no need to yell in my head. That's right, we've unlocked diving. Owing to Saborn's blessings, you may now dive into deep water and stay submerged indefinitely. Water breathing, max level has been unlocked. Yes, that was a Minecraft reference. Anyways. A Minecraft reference here? Underwater settlements like Tamamizu and Suinu Sato can be accessed through circular portals. To leave deep water, you only need to swim towards the surface. Conversely, to dive into deep water while swimming on the surface, press Control Spacebar. That's right, Control Spacebar. Should you become separated from your steed, speak with Sorbin in Tamamizu to mount a striped ray. And then all of that info gets shoved into your log. Swimming and diving, which I'm getting a tutorial for, even though I already have it unlocked. I don't know why. Actually, it's because they changed the way tutorials work. That's why I'm getting it again. So at this point, yep, you can be underwater. Have fun. Is this mount slow? No, it isn't. This must be Suzuno Sato, the main village Sorbin told us about. Right then. Let us see if they can't help us find Kojin's missing jewel. You may now perform underwater emotes. Yes, the tutorial just told us that. If this is Suzuno Sato, then she'll say the overseer should be around here somewhere. I dare say if one of the locals will be able to point us in his direction. Though, now that I look around, I get the distinct impression we are not welcome here. Oh no, we've been branded as outsiders, even though that is technically true. So, this is our man. Leave this place and never return. We have no need of wide-eyed wanderers. Sorry, I didn't mean to stare. My name is Lise, and these are my friends, Cody and Alice. We're looking for the overseer of Suzuno Sato, Hyosai. That's you, isn't it? The Kojin of the Blue sent you hither, did they? I am no overseer, nor ever would I claim to be one. I am the High Priest of the Violet Tides, Hyosai. I just suddenly said it properly after I said it improperly how many times? That meteor was accurate. But that meteor was badly timed because I actually said it properly this time. I shouldn't be rewarded with a meteor to the face. So you are the man we're looking for. Great. We need your help. We're looking for this jewel called the Yasakani no... Stop. I will hear no more. We will suffer no outside troubles in our sanctuary. Especially those would-be treasure hunters. We're not looking for treasure. Quiet, Isobe. There will be no dango for dinner. I could do naught to aid you. I say to you again, leave this place and never return. At the very least, sir, you might be consented to tell us of your village and why you were so loath to show us even the most basic courtesy? Suzuno Sato is our sanctuary. Under the benevolent leadership of the Ruby Princess, sovereign of Shui, we reign and enjoy the humble yet fulfilling lives. But it was not always so. Long ago, our forebears were driven from their ancestral lands. Beneath the waters, they sought refuge from the ravages of war. And here they flourished. All that we are, our culture, our traditions, was born of the sea, as was I. Though we have engaged others in diplomacy, it has ever been with the utmost caution. Isolation and independence are essential to preserving our way of life. So it was when Doma fell 25 years past. The Ruby Princess, in her wisdom, decreed that we would take no part. As it was, so ever shall it be. Forever apart. Forever and ever apart. Forgive me. I understand how highly you value your way of life, and how you will suffer none to endanger it. You may be assured that we have no desire to do so. And I would hope that we have given you no cause to assume otherwise. You have not, but this changes nothing. Regardless of your intentions, it is not my place to break with tradition. I must consider the wishes of all who call Spinosato home. For me to defy their will and permit outsiders to remain here would be a gross betrayal of my responsibilities. Please do not ask this of me. Thank you for your time, sir. So, what's your plan then, And so it continues. Another village, another deaf ear. Clearly, Garabani is not the only place with walls. I'm starting to wonder if this was all a huge mistake. Yagetsu couldn't have known we would take this long. I only hope he's still alive. Do you think he's just a stick that's gonna snap? Ah, yes, and meanwhile, lovely. Meanwhile, in the tavern of Izari.
I tire of this filthy tavern, and it's still filthier clientele.
Scant reward for your treachery, aye. A painted woman of your rich experience deserves a better class of customer.
Oh, name-calling. Is that what we've been reduced to?
Orphan of the Nayuri. Widow of Sashihai. What joy it must have brought you to be revenged upon us all.
Struck a nerve, did we?
Not enough. Not nearly enough. My appetite for your
Gonna head to bed now. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Alright, Munchies, thank you for swinging on by. I appreciate it.
Insatiable.
I hope you have a good rest. I hope it goes uninterrupted, and I hope it is high quality.
You will cry and beg and prostrate yourself upon the earth. You will crawl on your belly through the muck and the piss and debase yourself for my amusement. All of you.
You must not know him very well.
But you think you are made of sterner stuff? Rather than have him beat you, mayhap I should have my oaf go and fetch your master's head. Oh, poor Lord Kayan. Kami rest his soul. Noble leader of a fallen nation. A fine puppet he made for the Viceroy. For a time. 25 years he was content to serve his masters as a dog. And then everyone had to rise up and get themselves killed. Tell me, how did it feel to fail him that day? To live with the disgrace of his death? Not that you were a stranger to living with disgrace, of course. In the what was it? 25 years since you were humiliated and tossed into an imperial jail? You had plenty of time to get used to it. Oh yes, I heard the stories. About the samurai who would do anything to return to his master's side, even if it meant pledging his blade to his sworn enemy. They say he walked with death, that he slew 1,000 men in the Empire's name. Truly a tale for the poets.
I do not deny my sins, but I will not be reproached by the likes of you.
Oh, I mean not to reproach you, but to praise you. You're a survivor, samurai. Just like me. So, let us not dwell on the past, you and I, and instead give thought to the future. To wit, I would ask you again to help me resolve this vexing matter of Doma's missing heir. Living or dead, it makes no difference, really. But the Garleans are most insistent that we put this problem behind us. And I know you helped him flee. So tell me, what became of Lord Hien?
To my dismay, the details escape me at present. Mayhap your dog could jog my memory.
Get on with it, and mark me, brute. There is no limit to how far you can fall.
Of all the bloody stupid... Oh! When I get back to Eorzea, I'm gonna find that little shite, and I'm gonna make him pay.
Yeah, you coward. Yeah. Tis enduring. And soon enough, the plot will allow us to fix these things. Eventually trademark. We seem to have reached an impasse. And to make the matters worse, every solution I can think of will only take more time. I don't suppose you have any ideas, do you, Cody? Right, Kojin, huh? We're not getting any cooperation from this. Right. You were the ones who came from above, yes? We have a moment of your time. My apologies, I did not mean to startle you. My name is... Hanami. And this is my wife, Yanagi. We were wondering, have you any news from Doma? If so, we should like very much to hear it. May I ask why? If you must, our daughter fought in the rebellion. We have heard naught from her since. Would be too much to hope that you know her, but her name is Aguri. What a coincidence! I may be praised. She lives. She lives. We're looking for her too, actually, but I'm sure she's alright. He had no idea she hailed from Tsunosato. Why did she come to serve Doma as a shinobi? It all began when she was a little girl. She and another child crept out of the village, having grown curious about the outside world. To Doma they went, where they met a young boy, a proud son of Yansea. His tales of imperial oppression left a lasting impression on her, When she returned, she spoke passionately of the Doman's plight and urged us to take the boy in. But my wife and I would not hear of it. We thought the matter closed, but she never forgot his words. She became convinced that the Guardians would one day come for us. And it was in search of the strength to defend us that she left, years later, to learn the way of the shinobi. When the then Ruby Princess learned of this, she forbade Yaguri's return, lest she brings misfortune to us all. We protested the judgment. Jazz, welcome on in.
Hey, I'm home.
Yeah, you got it. I hope you're having a lovely time zone. Maybe it's different somewhere else. I'm gonna tell these ads to go suck one because after this cutscene, we're actually going to be wrapping up. I think. Probably because it says I'm home, honestly. Oh, I'm gonna stretch here too because I just got 3 bone pops just from reaching my arms into the air, so... there we go. Oh, and no further bone pops. Okay, I guess it was just 3 bone pops. Complimentary stretch. Ready to take my snow. We actually need snow. Our snowpack is dying here. Like, our temperatures have been, like, +6, +7, something like that. Oh, dear goodness. Why is there a giant meteor? Oh, my goodness. Oh, what the heck just happened there? RNG just went absolutely ballistic there. Welcome on in, Raiders. Oh my goodness. Welcome on into pool. Welcome on in. Hello, Rikiyu. Welcome on inside with the CU. Welcome on back, Omega and Sangi. Oh, jeez. What was that? Oh, I think that was Udon gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Oh my goodness. Also, the full 7 for 18 months. Wow. I am going to get myself caught up right here. Welcome on in. Oh my goodness. That meteor blew me away because a crystal hug was invoked.
Did you like that?
Oh my goodness. Shin got very lucky on the meteor, by the way. That is a 10% chance right there. Church reaching 9 months, which means we get the Twitch baby name, which apparently is Rascal E. Webbit. Okay.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness. Daisy jump scare. Oh my goodness. Welcome on in, everybody. Let me just get all caught up here. If Firebot hasn't already run over all the messages. Okay, good. Let's welcome on in everybody else. Udon, welcome on in. Lunar, Shin, getting lucky with that meteor too, that 10%. Pay, welcome on in. And there's Church as well. Thank you very much for the 9 months. Resident Lesbian, welcome on in. Violet. Cody, welcome on in. Cody Saurus. Oh my goodness. And we've got an 11-month hype from Pay. Thank you very much for 11 months. We've got another shout out, this time for the Fool. Everybody, make sure you're following the Fool. Fantastic Phasmophobia streamer. The hitboxes are not being adjusted when my character gets moved over, so don't mind that. I would try to put an emulate control into Firebot for that, but it's a very unreliable effect. It doesn't always work. Oh my goodness. Jazz merging the tabs. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I heard a Snackies. That's what I heard that one. I will catch up with any other redeems too. Oh my goodness. It's Trail Mix, by the way. Good old Trail Mix. Yeah, a year and a half to full. Thank you so much for a year and a half. I appreciate that very much. And Udon, I very much appreciate the 5 months paid, the 11 months. All very much appreciated. Jazz launching an attack, rolling an 18. And Omega rolling a 69 because Krista messed around with the dice, apparently. Llama, welcome on in. It is fantastic to see you. Welcome on in. Saggy, you got one of the subs too. Well, that is awesome. I don't think Firebot actually shows me the individual subs, so I have to scroll up on the Twitch chat in order to actually see who got the subs. Oh, jeez. That was a delayed jump scare. Thanks for the charge beam. Thanks for the charge beam, Rikyu. I very much appreciate it. Let's see here. We've got Bertedith. Krista actually got hit by a sub too. Dark Dragon Warrior was here actually not that long ago. So, yeah. Fiber Optics is a long-standing community member too. So, yeah, we've hit some pretty cool people with the subs there. Thank you very much, Udon, for the sending Krista to give everybody a hug. That was a delayed jump scare, but I was right in the middle of talking, so it only like half got me that time. I bet you there's still a delayed jump scare in there. Oh, there isn't. Okay. Gotta go take care of the garbage. We'll be lurking. I'll be Cody will be full of the lagoon. Thank you very much, Jazz. And good luck with your tasks. Hopefully they all go well. Not too much ice or anything like that. Gonna transition to the living room, start making some chili. That sounds fantastic, fool. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for bringing the community by. I very much appreciate it. We had a hype train as well. Everybody who hasn't collected the level 2 emotes, enjoy your new level 2 emotes. Or if you've already got all the level 2s, enjoy the level 1s. Or if you're like me and have all the emotes, enjoy the fact that you have a lot of hype train emotes. By the way, just a little bit ago, there was also a shout out for Udon, so make sure you're following Udon. Every Sunday, well, for me it's Sunday night. In some time zones, you're probably already on Monday, early Monday. A lot of fun to be had there. There's a lot of interactions there, too. The interactions here are pretty incredible, too. But, oh my goodness. Udon's got, like, a little, like, mini-game running on the side that you can do so many things in. Newfie, welcome on in. Have a good stream. Must sleep. 4 a.m. All right, Ricky, you have a fantastic rest. How quickly do you think you can climb Kugane Tower? Oh gosh, Sid. Oh gosh. That is such a pain to climb. I did climb it before, and I tried to get the sightseeing thing and missed. So that sightseeing thing is such a pain in the arse to get. Thank you very much, everybody, for reaching a level 329% on the hype train. Appreciate that very much. Twitch cage me, but I am free. Yes, we do have ads in progress now. They started just a little bit ago. I tried to delay them. Well, I did delay them once. But then I was catching up. I was doing a bunch of catch-up. So, for any of you less familiar, I'm sectoral leader Cody. That's my VTuber right there. That's sectoral leader Cody. I just go by Cody. Because me, myself, I'm Cody. There's also a secondary character that you'll sometimes see around here. Krista, who you'll be seeing on Saturday, because Saturday is Valentine's Day. And Krista is pretty much obsessed over love. She is the love lady of the channel, so you'll be seeing her on Saturday. I stream on Wednesdays through Saturday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I try to keep that as regular as I can. You know, I'm introducing myself, and some of you might still be in ads. Oh my goodness. We were actually just going over some of the Firebot chaos earlier, too, that we can go through. We're in the middle of the cutscene, but I've halted its progress because we had the ads coming up, and also I wanted to say hello to everybody. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody this time. I think last time I may have missed one or two folks, and I don't like doing that. Oh my goodness. Firebot's got issues. Firebot can definitely get some issues going on. Oh, hold on. Thanks for the Krista throw, by the way. There is a very small chance of the Krista throw in a fake Krista. You'll know the fake Krista when you see it, because the fake Krista attaches to my VTuber and explodes. That's not actually Krista. Oh my goodness. We have actually just unlocked Dive-In. Well, okay, I'm in New Game Plus. I already had Dive-In, but we are right around the point where you unlock the ability to go underwater. Yeah, you have to make it partway through Stormblood in order to unlock that feature. Although, there's a few areas back in previous expansions, or in base game, I think, where you can actually dive once you unlock it here, too. Not many, but there's a few places as far as I'm aware. But yeah, we are currently in the middle of playing Final Fantasy XIV. Welcome back from ads, everybody. I realized I began to introduce myself when some of you were still in ads, so let's try this again. I'm sectoral leader Cody. I like to play my RPGs, Final Fantasy XIV being one of them. I like my Mario games, my Kirby games, and I love the heck out of weather. That's a very, that's a staple of this channel. But I also like to play some creative games from time to time. I typically stream on Wednesdays through Saturdays, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I try to keep it consistent. We start the streams with about 30 minutes of weather talk, which often ends up being almost double that because it's weather. And also I end up going rambling about random stuff sometimes, so there's that too. Today we're playing some Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, for a bit longer at least. Typically on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I go for about 3 hours, but sometimes I go a little longer. I think I'll go on about like 30 minutes longer than I typically do today. But, yeah. This VTuber here, that is a sectoral leader right there. On Fridays, we do FaceTuber Fridays, where I stream from the 4th dimension. I almost touched the microphone there. I was getting very close to the microphone. Guys in, welcome on in. How are you enjoying Final Fantasy XIV? Is this your first time through Stormblood? This is New Game Plus. I think this is my 3rd time playing through it. Which, actually, it's been a long time since I last played through Stormblood again, so. I think the last time I was playing is Krista, actually. Because Krista had to get through there. She is near the end of Endwalker, actually. And me, I've finished Dawn Trial. I haven't went very far through post-Dawn Trial. Welcome on in, Cade! 4 more hours. Oh my gosh. I do need to do an 8-hour stream at some point because we actually reached a milestone last week. We hit the 400 follower mark, so I think that's worth a 8-hour stream at some point. I'll probably aim for the weekend because I have a more generous amount of free time there. Also, thank you very much for the follows. I keep follows anonymous, but also you were just chatting here. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. My partner is working on his 3rd time, 2nd New Game Plus. Oh, heck yes. Initially, we were doing this with an alt character, but then I realized that being able to fly is something that I like, so... Well, that and my main character has so many more mount choices, minion choices. It's just a more, like, enriched experience. Plus, I've already been playing through this game again as Krista anyways. I'm also gonna go to 5 a.m. That makes sense, shit, alright? I hope you have a lovely rest. I hope it is high quality. I hope it goes uninterrupted. All that good stuff. Thank you for swinging on by. I appreciate it. Need a friend to help with ether currents. Thank goodness, they did reduce the ether currents for any non-current expansion. So, and I found with Endwalker at least that when you're going through with reduced ether currents, they're actually pretty close to where your story takes you. So you'll stumble across most of them. And in other cases, you'll just need to use the compass. Thank you, OCP. I very much appreciate the streamline. I do hope that they do better with the streamline with post A Realm Reborn, because that is still something that is quite something to endure. They trimmed some of the fat, and then they made the an entire Alliance Raid series mandatory, which added a lot of time, so... It's actually not a very fast process going through. Heaven's Sword still drags on. It does get a little slow at times. Mostly in post. Main Heaven's Sword felt fast, so I was like, it's over already? But post Heaven's Sword, yeah, that takes a little while. Yeah, the post. I do like that they stopped doing the rehash fights after Heaven's Sword. We'll find out soon enough when we get to post Stormblood. Alright, so here we are. Just ready for the Fan Fest next month. I can't afford to participate in any of the Fan Fest stuff, but sounds like a fun time. Well, that and it probably involves time that I've already allotted to something else. So there's also that. Alright, let's continue with this so that we're not in the middle of a cutscene when I have to finish, because that would be awkward. Surely there's something that we could do for these people. They who gave their aid and succor to when no other would. I am but a humble stonemason, but if it is the Yasakani no Magatama you seek, then I may yet be of some assistance to you. A jewel is known to possess an unusual property. To the naked eye, it is jade, but when bathed in a particular light, it shimmers with divine resplendence. I have mined similar materials before. To find them, one must use these lamps. They cast an invisible light under which the stones sparkle. In the deepest depths, they're invaluable. A lamp! Ah, yes. There is a sunken ship to the east. Though the currents may have spirited away her cargo, you should begin your search there. Thank you so much. We'll do just that. I hope you find that which you seek. I only wish there was something more we could do to assist you. Know that you will be in my prayers. And when you next see our daughter, pray tell her not a day goes by that her parents and her brother do not think of her. We will, I promise. I find that the well, it's not just Final Fantasy. I find that a lot of RPGs overuse the word promise. I actually take that word very seriously, which is why I rarely say it at all. Oh, wait, we need to speak without... Oh, underwater.
But...
Yes, in Crystal... Data Center? Primal. However, normally I'd be in the Halicarnassus world. But because I'm playing as my main character, we are actually in a different world. Alice. In the middle of the water. Oh, hold on. I think I need to do an echo effect for this. We'll do this one, even though technically we're underwater. If this wreck is a self-same vessel in which Stormblood spoke, then if the gods are good, the Magatama is nearby. Ready your lamp and keep your eyes open, Cody. We're going to need to take this slowly. Move too fast and we risk overlooking something. To find the Yasakani no Magatama, you will need to search the area marked on your map. Use your lamp to pinpoint the precise location of the treasure and claim it. Lamp! Though you cannot say for certain, you think you glimpse a flickering light in the distance. Ah yes, the warmer, out. For an instant, you spy a flash of light. You are getting closer. Ah yes, warmer. Used to be on Genova back in the day, now in Diablos. Oh heck yeah. My main character has been consistently in this particular world, but Marlborough used to be our main world of operations. And we decided to move at a point. Yes, we're getting closer. Okay, fantastic. The flash is unmistakable in the dark, but you were unable to pinpoint its exact location. Just a little closer. Ooh, pretty light. That's fair. We left when everyone was playing. We were playing with jumped to Diablos before it was on Crystal. Then we got moved with it. Oh, well, that's a coincidence. There, peeping out from beneath a fine layer of sand, you spy something shimmering. It's a shimmering object. Ah, yes. The world shuffles. Hey, LSA. Check out what I found. I swear, looking for a needle in a haystack would be quicker. Nogetsu will have died of old age by the time we finish. Have you found anything? You haven't found anything, have you, Cody? This is it! The Yasakani no Makatama. Exactly as Sorobin described. It would seem that our fortunes have finally changed for the better. Much as I would like to return and thank Yaguri's parents for their assistance, time is of essence. I say we make for Tamamizu at once. Hold on to it for now, Cody. Once we arrive, present it to the Elder. And then we could finally learn how to deal with the red Kojin. Okay, I'm free of the echo effect. Alright. Let's go. By the way, you can call your mounts while under here. Oh yeah, also, yes. There is a random above water area that goes into a cave. The cave zone. But not the Mystic Cave zone. That's a completely different zone. And a different game. Hey, look, it's a shark. Anything, welcome on in. Checking on in for the 37th session. Keeping up a difficult to maintain attendance rate of 92.5%. The shark is just above our exit point. But I can still clip through his fins. Yes, I guess our mount was close enough when the ritual was done, so our mounts can breathe underwater now too. Now, once you have the ability to swim underwater, it applies to your mounts as well. So your mounts were never really that far away from you. You are returned, and with the Yakizani no Magatama, I trust. Voice cutscene? No. Yes, there's no mistake. Well done. Well done. So, about the red Kojin, you said there was a way to make them retreat into the shells. Are you ready to tell us now? I did indeed. And yes, I am. If Jazz stops by, I have slept and just woke up. Jazz was here just a bit ago, but has some errands to do. Might be back. But I'm sure Jazz will be pretty happy to hear that. As you see, divinity resides not only in the material vessels, but in individuals. In laying claim to the most sacred of treasures, you have demonstrated an affinity with the divine. To treat the men and women as such as you is to invite fortune into our homes. Gladly, we will aid your cause. All is ready, Sorben. Then give them what they require. Well, if I go AFK, I may have fallen back into Dreamland. If you see Kirby there, say Poyo. No worries there or anything. No worries there. This is a ceremonial knife of sorts. Of some sort. Before this blade, that which is sealed shall open. The treasure vault of the Kojin on the Isle of Zeki. It is there that our most prized relics, be they of the red or the blue, are kept safe. Fiercely do the red guard it, for its contents are more precious than their lives. My back hurts, so it's hard to sleep. Yeah, that'll do it alright. Oh my goodness. A couple of weekends ago when my sleep was broken. It was partially due to pain. Although I think it was illness-related pain. It was all gone, all gone by the next weekend, but it was pretty annoying. Just sneaking in some water. Were the vault to be attacked, the response would, by necessity, be imminent. Kojin will be summoned from realms around to defend their treasures. Must be last night with this sickness. Oh my goodness. And were we to sow enough chaos, the Reds in service to the Imperials would have no choice but to answer the call as well. Final Fantasy 14 treats underwater just like flying, so if you can fly, you can ride the mount. The exception is swimming. Yep. But now that we can swim... Oh my goodness. Yeah, there was a time in Final Fantasy 14 where flying was just being introduced, and it was like certain mounts only. Then gradually, more mounts got included, and then eventually they're just like, yeah, all mounts can fly now. Your island crocodile? Yeah, your island crocodile can fly now. Pigs can fly, even crocodiles can fly. There we go. Saltwater crocodiles may as well be able to fly. I was on a tour I was in a tour in Australia that, like a jumping crocodiles tour, and they can launch themselves pretty darn high. Remember before flying? Oh my goodness, yeah. It's weird and amazing. Oh, the jumping crocs? Yeah. Needless to say, the advice of do not reach your hand over the boat edge? Yep. Good. Yep, from Island Sanctuary. That particular mount. Island Sanctuary was, yeah, I casualed the heck out of that. However, I feel like they're not bothering with that anymore. I feel like they just abandoned it for the space exploration thing, which they'll probably abandon at some point too, and then they'll come up with something else. But still, if you're going through Final Fantasy 14 for the first time, like, deviate into this side stuff. It's not a bad habit to get into. There's a lot to do. And they are to use to farm money from the market. Whoosh. Ah, yes. Yeah, by the way, the sectoral captain here, that is our resident bot slash captain of one of the captains of the sectoral enforcement squadron, which is our fellow community right here, the sectoral enforcement squadron, led by the sectoral leader, which makes sense. Very much sectoral. But it has a built-in... I have a built-in function in Firebot that serves sort of like Budspot. Back in the day when Budspot was a thing. Except, I did, like... That community, they, somebody had a, function in it that was sort of like Budspot. I imported it, and then... It didn't have enough options, so I went in and added some parameters and made it behave off of those parameters. So I can adjust the frequency and I can adjust the word freely. Tushatron. Exactly, Bucket. Exactly. Currently, the word is set to tush, and I'm probably just going to keep it that way because that is Krista's word for butt. She uses the word tush. Just like she uses the word pillow for... Yes, those. For chest. There we go. She's got her own vocabulary, alright. Probably hear some of that vocabulary on Saturday. There's a reason why the Krista streams are 18+. They can get pretty dang spicy. Especially when you give her a game like Date Everything. Oh my goodness. She sure as heck gets out of control there. Oh shoot. One of my lurk tabs is me. I gotta change that. There we go. We all good now. Given the Confederacy the sign they've been waiting for. Without the Kojin, the Imperials don't have nearly enough troops in Azari to hold off the pirates. However, you must understand that the Vault is a holy ground, home to a thousand kami. To intrude upon it without paying the proper respects is a sacrilege we cannot condone. So, if we were to pay the proper respects, it would be alright. Great! How do we do that again? The Yosakani no Magatama is one of the 3 most coveted treasures of the Kojin. The other 2 lie within the vault. Were you to deliver the jewel unto the others, and thereby make them whole, the kami may forgive your trespass, and instead delight your mischief-making. Finally back on my computer. Welcome back, Jay. Nice not to be on mobile and all that. Which mobile is quite the problem. I mean, you know, Twitch itself is already quite the problem, considering they brought back that video player problem again, where if you're on a channel before a stream starts, and the stream starts, you get a lovely blank screen and you have to refresh. It's really cool. That was sarcasm. They brought back that issue again. This is what, the 3rd time they've reintroduced it? Which gives me the impression that they're just making changes via their AI or whatever. They're not even having a staff member check over it anymore. 3rd time! If an actual person was making these changes and QA in them... Oh wait, Twitch doesn't QA, right. That's the other issue. They probably don't care. I don't know, I don't think they do. Considering how many employees Amazon laid off for AI, like seriously, that's not the original purpose for AI. It was to make people's lives easier,
I
not
wonder what this button does.
Oh, we just got an RNG red button.
Wow, this stream's looking a little tilted.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is looking a little tilted. That is almost the maximum tilt that this outcome can deliver. By the way, the capture card in the background also gets tilted. So yeah, you'll see that one too. And the tilt is randomized for each of them, because I put the random variable into the tilt action itself. So, yeah. Probably use an AI. Twitch already uses AI for most of their support. That's why when you submit a ticket, you get such inaccurate answers sometimes. It's the AI. We're in the middle of an AI push at work. At least they have us doing QA and report into the AI coders, but yeah. Thank goodness AI... Thank goodness. But, like, seriously, companies need to stop using AI as a replacement. It is not a replacement for workforce. It is a complementary. It is supposed to help workers. It's supposed to make their lives easier. That is the original purpose for AI. But a lot of greedy companies have went well beyond that and have changed it into a bad thing. Also, Gen AI, boo. That has no purpose. Let the AI do more helpful things that don't deprive genuine artists of their efforts. Or, if we're gonna get AI to do art, how about we put it into, like, an actual robot that does the drawing? Not generate image. That is... Well, that is Gen AI right there. Boo. 100%. I refuse to promote any game that uses AI for art. I've had to forsake... There was a game that I played at a point, and then I found out that it used AI, and I had to retire it, because I was just like... No. And after the fact, of course... You know, when you get a game, and then you later find out that, oh, they did this, it's like... Great. Great. Lovely. I also feel the same way about AI music. That is just as bad. Honestly, that's Gen AI as well. That is Gen AI right there. Let people do it. Besides, it's people who reached the legendary tiers of music. The music that you just cannot forget. Listen to enough AI music and you're going to find out well, I'm going to find out a pattern. Because a lot of it undergoes similar patterns. Why does all this music sound the same? It was generated, that's why. Alright, we're going to finish this cutscene, and I'm going to bring it to that particular point. Were you to deliver the... Oh, wait, I already read that. Not to mention certain words they struggle with. Oh my goodness. There is one particular exception to the AI it's the AI speech stuff. That stuff is hilarious at points. Monster TTS being a good example of it is hilarious to break the AI. The shadow voice in particular. Now, we do have that option, but it only shows up on 18+ streams. So this Saturday, you'll see it. What did it cost again? Was it like 1,000 channel points or something like that? I don't know. Or sorry, silver pieces. That's our currency here. We also have gold pieces. That's the Firebot currency. That allows you to use the exclamation mark sound commands, which there's a lot of them. So, if I understand correctly, you want us to take the sacred jewel converted by your red brothers and deliver it to the treasure vault. More or less. The Yasakani no Magatama belongs to on the Isle of Zeki. So long as it finds its way there, we are satisfied. The Magatama has chosen you to bear it to its brothers. Had it not, you would never have found it. And we would not be having this conversation. I shall inform the Confederacy of your plans, and bid them make ready to act when the time is right. The Isle of Zeki lies to the west of Suinusato. Look for a cave beneath the waters. May fortune favor you in this and all other endeavors. Fantastic. It sounds like we got a plan together. Let's finish up this particular step, and we can wrap it up there. Right then. I am not normally in the habit of sneaking into heavily guarded treasure vaults, but if this is one of the only ways to convince the Confederacy to act, then so be it. We should be prepared for a fight. The bigger, the better. The kind where you'll wish you had 7 of your most battle-hardened friends at your side. Alice, not hinting at a trial at all, are we? By the way, we're on level 93 quest, so... Dungeon? Very much possible. Our first trial? Very much possible. Which I might have to use Duty Finder for, because you can't, duty control it. Yeah, well. I think it'll go good anyways. I think there'll be a lot of people who, Susie. Ah, yes, Susie. Our first trial. And one of the more friendlier of all the powerful entities we fight. My goodness. Some of the primals we have fought in the past are just so freaking grumpy. But that will be for next time. We are a little past the time that I usually go on Wednesdays. So I'm going to bring us over here, and I'm going to take a look at who I can send you off to. We're going to take a look at a follow list, and I'm going to compare with who I've recently rated, because I do like to be a little varied with who I send you off to. Sent you there very recently. How long has it been since I've sent you here? Well, if I go into mod actions and I take away everything and then I just check raids, which by the way, every time I load this filter list, it's in a random spot. Because Twitch, I don't know, Twitch thrives at driving people nuts with not keeping things in consistent spots. Why is it random? I don't know. When was the last time I sent you over this direction? Why is Twitch not loading more actions? Because Stream Manager is probably broken again. So I'm just going to refresh Stream Manager so that I can see my full list. Just 18 actions? Yeah, right. Okay, apparently I can't load beyond 18 actions for some reason. I don't know why. But according to my recent raids, I actually have not sent you this direction in at least a month. So, I'm going to send you guys over to Dead Sun. Because, oh my goodness, the environments that Dead Sun puts together are freaking incredible. He's doing some software and game development right now. So, I'm going to send you over there. There's also some pretty fun interactions over there. Let's get that started. Also, I'm going to log out of the game. I think I'm in a sanctuary, so it should... Yeah, there we go. Good. Congratulations to the top 3. You get bonus gold pieces to use in future sound commands. I'd like to thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you very much for the follows. As you can see, we are now at 406. Our grand goal of 450, but we have a mini goal of 410 as well. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. The first raid message is for subs. However, if you do not have a sub, we got a message just underneath. Anybody can use that one. Feel free to use one or the other, heading on over there. I'd like to thank you for joining, whether you're here in full, in part, whether you're active, whether you're lurking, or anywhere between. It's all greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for the subs. Thank you very much for the raid. Thank you very much for the follows. We are all greatly appreciated. They also help the channel grow, which I'm all for that. All right, everybody. Next stream is going to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have tush good night. Okay, sectoral captain. Calm down. Calm down. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Yeah, next stream, 6 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be doing a Valentine's Day, drawing, so we'll see what I do. There might be a Krista in it, there might not. There might just be some other characters. Look forward to it. Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Legend of Zelda continues. Saturday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Krista Valentine's Day special with Krista. Look forward to all that. Everybody, take good care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. And most importantly, keep being yourselves. We will see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Oh no!